Hello everyone, JRR here, and yes, I called y'all everyone and not organics, and yes, I said JRR instead of just RR. There's a reason for this. A lot of my videos very recently have been stuck with static images, because like I said, my camera was on a fritz for a while, it's been hit or miss. I'm not gonna freaking try to blow up my laptop trying to figure out what the heck happened to the camera. However, I figured it's a good idea to bring up options. And I know if I actually have fans, which would shock the hell out of me, that it'd be good for you guys to vote on what type of picture you prefer to have on the videos. I'll bring up a small list of them, and I'll tell you which each picture actually came from, and if it's something that I've drawn, ergo like this picture of Laser here that I've drawn a while back, I'll bring that up as well. So that said, let's go ahead and cut through the pictures, and I'll show y'all the list of still pictures I'm opting to use for other videos for future reference if my camera continues to malfunction as it has been. So let's go ahead and go through the list. First on the list is Project Echo, the redhead of course, and I've always had an affinity for Project Echo. It's like the airplane version of anime. It rewards those higher end otaku of the time for recognizing references that they throw in. Great, fine, dandy. Echo, however, is the daughter of Superman and Wonder Woman in that universe, which is one of the reasons why I would opt to use her as a running avatar. Again, I know some people are like, Echo Mag and be super fans and whatnot and probably try to kill me if I did. But I want this as one of the options, and I bring it up because usually when I'm dealing directly with, say, third wave feminism insanity, this is usually my go-to picture because of the confusion on their faces. It's just, it fits my logic. My logic gets broken to this point and I have to try to recover from here. But I do have other pictures of Echo, and I'm not going to do the whole clickbait thing that everyone wants to do. It's like, oh look, I'm showing 90% of my boob and not the nipple, but you see just enough to make you want to click this just to go through a rant. No. I'm going to keep the pictures per the anime, kind of like this, where it came from the anime itself. And if it's fan drawn, I have it annotated on who was the artist and where I got the thing from to try to keep everything nice and smooth and even and fair and logistical and all that happy crap, as opposed to some people who put up clickbait worth pictures and then they don't tell you where to get it from, and then you're stuck looking on the internet over Google images and praying for the best that you find the right one that they used. Ugh, because you know you're going to find some weird stuff on the internet. But let's go ahead and just go through the pictures, well, the rest of them. So this one, Project Echo. Originally done with Robotech-esque animation, but then modified in Ixer 3. This is Ixer 2, one of my 4 Horsemen in anime. She's not from her own series, she's from the Ixer 1 and Ixer 3 series. She's typically the antagonist, but again, I have pictures of her because, one, she's fucking awesome, and if you don't think so, you should probably watch the anime, and I'll probably start putting up clips from different things to help accent each character that I choose. But the point being, I'm not going to do that in this video because I still got to do some serious editing, and I suck at editing, so it's going to take me a little bit longer than other people. But with that said, I'd probably use this picture more for direct rants on other items that isn't SJW twisted. Stuff like people in the military being forced to get out of the military even though they are living the literal military life. Things of that nature. Where you can tell on her face it's stupid that this is even a thing, but it's a thing. But again, I'm looking more for an overall picture that will be the base picture, just in general. And yes, I am working on getting more clips, anime and television and movie shows, for everything to add more to my reviews and whatnot when I have to do them, or when I feel I have to do them. So, let's just go on to the next picture. This is Ixer 2. Okay? So we have Echo, we have Ixer 2, and now we have a male. Ranma Tomei of the Tomei School of Anything Goes Martial Arts from Ranma 1/2. This series was made by the same person who made this series at Inuyasha. In fact, if you're used to the dub version, it's pretty close to the same cast. Inuyasha, Ranma share the same voice actor, things of that nature. You get the idea. Anyway, moving along, usually I would use this picture over articles I've read, or I have something in front of me to where I would read off of more specifically. Not something I remember like I would for the Extra 2 picture. This one is more of an article that's directly in front of me that I'm literally able to read off of and share the link. That's what this picture is for, usually. But again, I'm looking for a predominant picture overall, so again, I introduce you to boy type Rama-style Tomei. And yes, I have to emphasize boy type because there's a clone type and a female type. And for those of you who know the series, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, next character. Okay, I should have said characters. I introduce you now to Deadpool, the insane merc with a mouth who breaks the fourth wall a lot, and Freakazoid, the insane superhero who breaks the fourth wall a lot. Both characters are very crazy, and I have pictures of both of them. Not in the same frame, of course, but this one I just felt made perfect sense. Usually this picture comes up when I'm just having fun, shits and giggles. I'm just going balls out. I don't give an F whatever's going on. Usually I'll try to put this picture in front of like gameplays and such of that nature if I have no picture that pertains to the gameplay itself. AKA I have a picture from Doom, the movie, that I use when I do my Doom plays. You see what I'm getting at? If I do something like WoW, I'm not going to worry about looking for a WoW picture. I'll just put this up because I'm usually doing stuff on WoW for shits and giggles. Ergo, happy fun time for the picture. But I do have separate pictures for Freakazoid and separate pictures for Deadpool. And again, I'm looking for a specific avatar. I don't want to just say this over and over again. Although I could go with the thing that I have for my button, like the Tails doll, but we're trying to be nice. I don't want to scare everybody out of existence. So I'll use insane people to do it. What? Next up is Ryu Hayabusa, and on the same note, Batman. Again, these are times when I use the Batman picture, it's more for analytical thought. When I use the Ryu Hayabusa picture, it's more of a direct attack. I'm focusing solely on one specific item. Doesn't matter how big the opposing rack is, I'm focusing on one specific item to tear everything apart. Or I'm playing Ninja Gaiden. Whatever. I don't care. There's a way to say it. I just butcher it every time. But this is Ryu Hayabusa. And that's usually what I use the picture for, or the intention of using the picture for, but that's not always the case because I like using static pictures. So let's just go on to the next one, shall we? This, ladies and gentlemen, is Sakaguchi. I often use his picture for the real life face style for laser for my roleplay things, and I emphasize that it's not really Tak who's saying it, it's the character Laser. Back on point, I use him as the default. He's like the picture I go to. I have different pictures of Tak, so I usually have a picture for the scenario, but more often than not, I fall back to the picture of Tak because one, he's my boy Blue. No, but seriously, like every movie reviewer that seems to have an affinity for certain actors or actresses, I have an affinity for Tak because he's like the Asian version of Bruce Campbell. Long story. But moving right along, he's my go-to default. More often than not, he's the go-to default. Next up is the character concept of Katrina Record. I have other pictures of her. I also have game models that are based off of her. Even in WoW, there's a Record. In freaking Diablo, there's a Record. I think there was one in Blade and Soul that I made. Case in point, I can get pictures of the characters in games, or I can bring up some of the older drawings. Either way, this is a character I rarely put in most of my videos because, well, again, it's not a standard picture for me to use. But that said, let's just carry on to the next one. But again, I'm bringing her up because it's an option. And lastly is Laser Zanoni's concept itself, or the concept pictures of Laser Zanoni. I've gone over this a lot, and some of you might be going, Zanoni, hold up. Don't you have a channel that has the name Zanoni in it? Yeah, the other channel, Kagagayu Zanoni, that's actually based on a different character. Now, this all said and done, I have pictures of laser that are normal like this, and I also have other pictures that I've drawn as well, as you've seen a couple of them pop up. The point stands that if I'm not using tack as a fallback, he's my immediate fallback afterwards, which is why you see some videos with the same picture of laser. I try to keep it simple. So with that said, if there's a vote for this and people put in comments, hey, we want to see this character more, or we want to see more pictures of this person, or we want to see more pictures of this person, fine, I'm with it. I'm with you. Hell, I'll even look for Galaxy Police pictures and bring up Nico, Gooseman, Doc, Fox. I'll bring them up too. I have no problem. I have no problem going to Captain Power. I have no problem using different pictures. I'm just looking for a more stable avatar, if you will. And I'll probably stick more likely to laser, but again, if there's votes saying otherwise, I'll take them into heavy consideration. And that's the end of this video. I'm Double R, I'm out, and yeah. If you choose one, let me know, I guess in the comments or DMs or whatever. Hell, I'm even on Twitter, for Pete's sake. Hell, my roleplay character's on Twitter too. It should be pretty easy to find. But I'm out. Y'all have yourselves a good time.